Hello everyone, welcome to another one of these thrift store pickups videos. I had a really good morning, only went out to one spot, so really good deal, and best for last, I'm going to save here the best part of the day. But starting off in the bargain room, a handful of DVDs and Blu-rays, Blu-ray DVD combo of When the Game Stands Tall, a football movie, The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, Stargate Atlantis Season 3 on DVD, a director's double feature of The Perfect Stranger and Another Perfect Stranger, Jennifer Garner in Catch and Release, and the Essential Bugs Bunny 20 Classics on 2 discs DVD set. That was a pretty cool find, that one. And one VHS that I've seen a million times, never grab it because open, it's worthless. We have it. It's a great movie. I love this movie. I saw it in theaters. But this is brand new sealed as the Disney seal and everything. Tim Allen in Disney's The Santa Claus, and sealed VHS really has been skyrocketing in value. A lot of classic movies, especially horror, a lot of hit 80s movies, those kind of things, and then also some seasonal favorites. And so this, with the Christmas shopping season kind of getting to a slow start this year, but starting, this will be a good thing to add to the store, especially paying very, very little from the bargain room. And in the same vein, from 1993, from Barney and Friends, we had this Baby Bop stocking in really nice shape. Check the tag and everything looking there. So from 1993, that's pretty awesome. That'll definitely sell this year. That's really cool. Not a whole lot on the book front. I did find one Goosebumps, so it's a very new Goosebumps and newer Goosebumps. We have Please Don't Feed the Vampire, a Give Yourself Goosebumps adventure, advertising like the first of the live action Jack Black films and things like that. So very recent, nothing that great. And then one cookbook. We have Everyday Italian. That was hardcover. They only charged me for a soft cover, thankfully. But yeah, lots of pictures. One's a bestseller. Lots of pictures, tons of recipes. I mean, a book full of Italian food and giada, so this is basically like porn right here. Awesome, so definitely cool find there. That was it for the bargain room. Went into the main room and got super, super excited, then a little like, I don't know, and then excited again, because I went and looked around, didn't find a whole lot, found suddenly out of nowhere a stack mixed in with other goods, away from the DVDs and the video games and music CDs, all that stuff, just in with all the different, houseware stuff. A stack of Steelbooks for PS4 and Xbox One. Then I was like, holy crap, blew my mind. Then looked through, they're all empty. None of them have a disc in at all, nothing. They're just the Steelbooks. But then I'm looking through, like, some of these are pretty nice Steelbooks, and I was looking them up online, just a few of them, like, alright, definitely still worth grabbing a couple of these just for the Steelbook. And then it got even better because one of the person running the register was a regular that I see and talk to all the time, whatever, and they had them, they're empty, and they had them marked at, the full normal, like, $3 price tag for like DVDs and Blu-rays, things like that, and I was going to grab them no matter what. But she always asks, like, you check to make sure everything's in there, so she doesn't have to bother. She's like, actually, they're all empty. I don't know. And she just kind of was like, I mean, they're all empty. I hate when they do that. And there's no way, they shouldn't be charging full price for empty stuff. So she charged me $7 total for all of these. $7 total. And every one of these goes for anywhere from 2 to 4 times that, just the Steelbook. So no matter what, I'm going to make at least 10 times my money back. But we have PS4 Gold Edition with the slipcover for Far Cry 5. So that has the slipcover, it has the Steelbook and everything. Yeah, no disc, whatever, but yeah, so the nice Steelbook, they're all in really good condition. We have the limited edition Steelbook for PS4 of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, with the slipcover. That's beautiful. This is the only one of all these. This one I'm actually going to keep for myself. I have Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age with just the regular PS4 case. This one I'm keeping for myself. Every other one is going on the store, but yeah, this is awesome. I love Final Fantasy XII. One of my favorites in the series, so keeping that. And then this one is for Dead or Alive 6. Steelbook. And this one just fell out there. I opened it up when I got home because I didn't look at it, and inside was a Fallout 76 lanyard. I mean, it's Fallout 76, but still, that could be a stocking stuffer thing. And it was just in there. And then we have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite with the Xbox One version slipcover. Nice artwork, showcasing a few cool characters. That was really pretty. These are really gorgeous. And yeah, $7 total for all of these. Another one, a second copy of the Far Cry 5 with the slipcover. I got to grab 2 of those. This is really cool. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Beautiful. The artwork for this is gorgeous. The game looks beautiful. I think Amanda's been interested, looking into that game. But yeah, this is beautiful. And this one actually, doesn't say anywhere. I wonder if this is the, because it has this little thing in here. I wonder if this is for the Switch version or not. I don't know. I have to look and see. No, I think it's PS4. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, beautiful artwork, and ended up being $1, so that's really cool. And then Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, the last one. So these were $1 a piece, just the Steelbooks. So even though they didn't have any games, that is a really, really good find for $1 a piece. And then, okay, decent stuff overall with the bargain room. The Baby Bop things, actually one of the coolest finds. So yeah, definitely a good, just casual morning out at one thrift store. Really, really good. Just keeping the ball rolling. Last week I had that amazing find. Whole day out thrift store shopping and found great stuff. Make sure you check out that video, one of the best single day hauls I've ever had. And thankfully this was also another good start to the week. And if you've been watching them, I've been releasing finally those Dead Time Stories reviews, doing one a day, and there's about 10 videos, so we're just about halfway through those. And after that we're also going to be moving on to Benicula, so a lot of horror theme kind of stuff, and I did a Evil Dead and a Tales from the Crypt collection video, so all kinds of October horror themed things, and lots more pickups video type stuff is going to be coming in the future. A lot of those, the supply chains and everything have been kind of messed up this year, almost as bad as last year. Sometimes it could be worse because with USPS and everything screwing up, so a lot of stuff was pushed off, but some of that is still coming. I think the new version of Ridley Scott's Legend should be coming soon. I had to reorder the last 2 Ghibli Steelbooks that I had pre-ordered months ago whenever they were first announced, because they were delayed like 2 weeks. Then finally said my package was out for delivery. The 2 Ghibli Steelbooks, awesome. And it showed from like Bronx, New York, which I don't live that anywhere near. And then a couple hours later it said undeliverable, and they started processing a refund. I have no idea what happened there, so I had to reorder them, and they'll be coming in the future, but I don't know what went on. It was through Amazon. They left from a different state and just undeliverable, and I don't know if it went to the wrong thing, and then was maybe that package could have been damaged, or could have just, who knows what happened. But anyway, so that'll be coming in the future, and of course the more Star Trek. I'm really looking forward to that one more than anything that is coming out this fall, because there's so many different pre-orders. I'm looking forward to that set more than anything. Just it looks brilliant. The TOS 55th anniversary steelbook of the show, really, really cool. And also very briefly to send off this video, I finished Tales of Berseria yesterday. Really enjoyed it, loved it, fantastic. I think there were a few things in it that felt a little too standard, a little too cliche, and part of that would be the soundtrack. There's nothing wrong with the soundtrack. I enjoyed the soundtrack, but it was very standard Tales soundtrack. What didn't really stand out like something like Legendia, which is one of the pinnacles, and there were always a few tunes in some of the better Tales games that really stand out. And for me, it just felt like kind of generic fantasy RPG, but very Tales style. That, and for a game that revolves a lot around a pirate crew and the pirate ship and sailing and that type of aspect, I really did not enjoy the fact that you can't actually sail around, a world map type thing. It's more of you select your destination, and it's a map shows up and the ship travels, and like a fast travel type thing to that destination. That was a little disappointing because so much of the story and the characters that you're with do revolve around this pirate crew idea. That I was a little disappointed that you couldn't, travel the seas on your ship. That wasn't more of an element. I was hoping that would be more of a thing. So that was a little disappointing. But other than that, I enjoyed the world. I loved the characters in the story, and that's really, as long as the gameplay is solid, it's not frustrating. That's what matters to me the most in RPG anyway, is the story and the characters, because you're going to spend a lot of time with these people and exploring this world. So that was great. I loved the story and the characters, and it was a very different than a lot of the other Tales game. It leaned towards characters who are a little more damaged, a little more selfish in many ways. Sometimes, the gray area of morality. It was a lot less of the heroes versus the villains. It was more of just differing ideas, different clashing ideas of what is really good and what is, saving the world from misery. What is that real, concept? Just different interpretations of that, and those goals, clashing. And it really depends on how you look at it, like who are the heroes and villains in some instances, and done really, really well. And Velvet was great, the main character, as being this very tortured individual going through some really, really heavy stuff throughout the story of the game without spoiling anything. And that was done very, very well without fitting into that anime cliche that kind of sometimes feels very, in a negative sense, emo, annoying, very overly dramatic, into that that territory that kind of makes you feel less empathetic. It never went there, which a lot of games, especially RPGs, can occasionally do. They can enter into that territory. It didn't really go as far as melodrama as much as it could have in an RPG of this style. So that definitely great. I think the standouts were definitely the stories and the characters. I really love those. Combat was fine. It was not one of my favorites as far as Tales. Like, combat wasn't like a standout, but it wasn't bad either. So really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, enjoyed traveling the world. Gameplay was great. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, story and characters definitely the standout for me in this one. And it comes kind of smack dab in the middle as far as my favorite Tales games. I haven't played that many Tales games over the years, but of the ones that I've played, this would be my third favorite overall. Vesperia would be my second, and Abyss is my number one. I can't imagine one touching it, but very, very enjoyable. I'm very glad that I finally got a chance to play it, and then we'll see where it lands when I play Arise, because everyone seems to love that game. So we'll see if Arise beats it out or not when that time comes. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys have been watching and playing and getting ready for the holiday season, especially if you are watching and you're also a thrift store hunter, collector, or reseller, that type of thing. How have things been in your area overall? Talking to the big network on Facebook of resellers and stuff, everyone's just kind of, things have hit a very slow start to fourth quarter, slower than normal. I think people really haven't gotten into that buying mode yet. So we'll see what happens this year, what's going on. A lot of people just don't have the extra income this year compared to a lot of the previous years, so we'll see how that affects things there. But as much as that could be a negative for people that are really relying on that fourth quarter boost, there also could be a positive, because there are a lot of issues with supply chains. A lot of places are just not going to have the movies and the books and the toys that you're looking for this holiday season. A lot of things are going to be delayed, out of stock. Some things that aren't even going to come out when they originally were going to, November, December. So that could make, kind of force people to go a lot more into the secondary market and that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with that as this year draws to a close. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys around in the next video.